Okay, we're here. See my name? See my name? Robin, Robin, Bo Bobbin, Banana Fana, Fo Fobbin, Me, My, Mo, Mobbin, Robin. That's a very, very old song. I'm gonna bring Prairie Queen on. Okay, so, but I gotta do this. And now the chat is revealed. I have closed out YouTube and I'm only working through StreamYards. So I don't know how that, never done that before, but I have learned that my internet, my what is it you call that? But my strength of signal diminishes if I have too many tabs open. I relearned that. I learned it before and then I forgot it, of course, and then I relearned it again. Okay, so here comes my sidekick, co-host, Prairie Queen, our correspondent up there in Canada. Hey, Prairie Queen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody.
Everybody, all one person over in the chat, I think it's just Jonocide.
Well, hi, John
But that's
aside.
good to see you, Jonocide. He's either working or he's off doing something with the fam.
But you know what? He's so
Or
faithful.
he is absolutely our number one faithful follower. Jonocide, our everybody's favorite little brother. You're the best kid. And Mrs. Jonocide too when she shows up, when she tags along with you. When you guys aren't busy doing something family, something John and Renee-ish
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Oh, okay. So, Prairie Queen. Um, okay, where to start? Where to start? There are a few things that are swirling around the internets. Um, Von Helton, Stinky Von Helton. We've been following him. Sometimes I send you a link because I am glued to that story right now. And I shouldn't be because there's so much more to life than this. And ever since I got one of my eyes fixed and I can see now, well, shit, there's a lot I could be doing besides sitting here straining to look at the screen on the internet. So, but anyway, I will still come back always to Von Hilton and J Dubs because, it just keeps getting more and more interesting. And, for those who don't know, Von was had to leave his property that he did real sort of transiently inherited from his mom. And then somebody came in and bought, but anyway, he had to leave and he left his dog behind, 2 dogs actually, I think, and just left him there, locked him in the he says the door wasn't locked, but he closed the dog in the trailer and he got in his truck and took off. Um, anyway, he went back and picked up the dog. His name is Sharpie, cute little black dog. And Prairie Queen, I gotta tell you, I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm still speechless. I don't know what to say about any of that.
Yeah, he picked up the dog, and the dog, dogs, there nothing beats a good dog or even a bad dog. I'm a dog person, yeah, and that dog was so glad to see Vaughn, and, it just melted my cold old heart, and Vaughn was glad to see the dog, and so, now the dog's living in the car with Vaughn. He's still in Kentucky, and I don't know why Vaughn really, really left Kentucky. Have you Okay, I don't know, have you been to the States, Prairie Queen? I don't think we've ever talked about that, or if we have, I forgot.
Oh, yes, I have. I have countless times. And I do recall vaguely going through Kentucky. Nice rolling hills,
It's
countryside.
it's beautiful.
Mhm.
All those southern states are simply stunningly beautiful. The pastoral, uh, you know, the green rolling hills, trees. It's just, they've been painted,
Yeah, dotted with farms,
excuse
small
me.
farms, and
Yeah, and shiny cows in the
Yeah,
pasture. Yeah.
and
Oh,
also the other thing is, dotted with teeny tiny towns, like little hamlets and
isn't that
villages.
sweet? Isn't that just the sweetest thing ever? And
Yeah.
I wanna show a clip, and this is Vaughn's, and this is a clip of Vaughn going to get Sharpie, and he's driving back to the property he left, his mom's family property. It was quite sizable, it had a lake on it, Lake
Mhm,
Alice,
mhm.
and, it was and he said he lived in the hills of Kentucky, and I don't know, watching Vaughn, it must be a shithole. That was my opinion of where he
Mhm.
lived, it just because he had a shithole of a life and a habits and,
Well,
but
keep in mind though, Robin, we only saw snippets of
yeah,
his own property.
and his dwelling and his junk and his filth,
Right, because he
and
rarely went outside. So we just only had glimpses. The rest you had to visualize off the map of the town that he came from.
so at Vaughn being the baseline, and his lifestyle, the baseline, I had just this bleh opinion of Kentucky, but okay, so I'm gonna show this, and I'll keep the sound off even when he goes to arrives at okay, so I'm going to okay, share screen of the reunion. Okay, this here we go.
Operation Rescue.
Okay, okay, am I audible?
I hear it.
Okay, so you hear me? Okay, so anyway, this is approaching his property. Look at this. This
Yeah,
is,
that is very rural. Yeah.
and it's pretty,
Mhm.
and it's, ah, yeah. So this is where Vaughn lived his whole life,
Mhm.
like a hobo, like a bum. Boy, boy, I got to tell you, in this setting, there are so millions of people without homes, and they pitch tents. But, of course, there's no place to panhandle if you pitch a tent out in these parts.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta do it in the
Mm.
big city where all the action is. That's sad.
Right.
But
This
this is
is
just uh,
it's beautiful. It's a place where you would wanna go and retire.
y right? Yeah, and go okay, so I think this is his drive okay, this is the property. There's the big barn thing where he used to have he built his cars and airplanes and stuff. Okay, this is I'm gonna turn on the sound.
There.
Okay.
Is that the Sharpie dog? Is that my doggy? Is that my baby boy? Is that my baby boy? Oh no. All right.
That dog is absolutely over the moon.
Well, I have mixed feelings on that.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay, for me, I rewatched it a couple of times and then I go, "Wait a minute. Some dogs are just genuinely like that with people."
This
Sure.
is true. This is
He
true.
might he obviously does recognize Vaughn.
Yeah.
However, he also, because he has been with him, but this dog might just be one of those happy dogs to begin with. The dog was better fed and well looked after. This dog did not look like it was starving or lacked anything.
Oh, no, his coat shiny and glossy, and he's all perky and clear-eyed and look
Yeah,
well-fed.
freely, freely running around without a collar or a leash outside, which I don't know how Sharpie lived with Vaughn, if he was
Yeah.
cooped up inside or if the dog was able to run around. Well, I guess he did because all of his other dogs did, run around outside. But it looks to me, whoever has the property was actually looking after Sharpie.
It sure does appear so, but, and, if here he is and living in the hills on this green, ex expansive property, and and then Vaughn snatches him away, and, now Sharpie's living in the car with Vaughn, and that's where my mixed feelings go to, "You son of a bitch."
Well, exactly, because did they know that he was coming for the dog?
That's the that's the question. Did they Well, he obviously knew the dog was still there, so the people who bought the place must have told him, but, uh, that's an unknown, if whether he contacted them when he picked up the dog or if he just grabbed him and took off. I don't
Well,
know.
see, the thing is, off screen, we don't know how much contact he has had with well, for better words, the backers,
Yeah,
of the property, or what was really like. We're taking Vaughn's word that he
yeah,
was to come and pick up the dog because it was going to go to a pound and then possibly, or a shelter and then possibly, adopted. But that's just one person saying that.
yeah,
You and I both know on these YouTube streets, we need receipts. We
yeah,
need some receipts here.
yeah, and proof that the receipt is legit.
It
And
might very well be, which also leads to questions. How much in communication is he with the backers prior to all this?
yeah.
And yeah, what was said about agreement for him taking the dog?
Yeah, because, there was speculation that they're lying in wait for him to do something to because when he left, he said that the backer's husband pointed a gun at him?
Yeah, the first time when he had to leave his premises,
So
supposedly there was a gun to his head. Supposedly. Show me
supposed
proof. Give me a
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Have the husband actually say and make a public statement about that, then I'll believe it. If the guy says no, I didn't, or yes, I did, either way, I'm gonna have to take the other, because we know how bad Vaughn is for fabricating a story.
Oh, yeah, and then embroidering on that,
Yeah,
and then it gets layered after layered af but I noticed, that clip, we just showed, it cut off.
exactly.
And I'm wondering if perhaps the backers came out to talk to Vaughn. I'm wondering.
That's ran through my mind too because it was short and sweet.
Yeah, it went boom, cut off, and
Hmm.
then nothing till Vaughn was away from there, and he had given Sharpie some slices of turkey. Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, and now he wants to go, he says Arizona bound, he says, and I don't know, the Rumbles talk in Discord, and, I'm still sketchy about Discord. It's, it's sort of like going into a sports locker room with a bunch of younger folks, and you don't quite fit in, but somebody over there said, "I've been the cousin in Arizona," like somebody's trolling Vaughn saying they're a cousin. I don't know what to believe, but,
okay, but Robin, you've been around the block a few times. All of a sudden, have you ever had family member come out of the woodwork?
mm, mm,
Family member you never knew about, all of a
oh,
sudden
oh,
saying, "Oh, I live in Arizona."
only if I've just won the lottery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, so that should be interesting. Yeah, and the story keeps shifting a little bit,
Oh,
regarding this cousin waiting for him in Arizona,
wait a minute. Didn't somebody like Todd Malicote do a genealogy on Vaughn? He did.
did
I
he?
think he did because this whole business of 150 um, on being 150% Cherokee or something
Yeah, oh, yeah.
back
Yeah,
in the day. Wouldn't there be some inkling of a modern day relative in Arizona from that family tree?
you would think. Yeah,
Nobody's talked about that.
you can do, like, a simple people finder free surface record search, just type in somebody's name, and it'll tell you all the people they're associated with.
Right.
Family members, extended family, um, but in fact, I did that this morning looking for an old high school friend,
Hmm.
and it showed their siblings, it showed their siblings' children's names. It doesn't give you a lot of information, but so, yeah, that'd be easy enough to find out, regarding the Vonster, I would think.
And then if this is a cousin, it would depend on which side of the family the cousin's on.
Yeah, and it's usually more easily traceable through the mother, they say,
Usually, yeah.
because
Um,
nobody really knows who their granddad is.
well,
And
this is true. Ha ha ha.
that's like a truth, man. Nobody really knows who the granddad is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole different show.
Yeah, here, take this swab for 30 seconds and mail it off, and we'll find out.
Well, then you too might be 150% Cherokee. You never know, Robin.
You never know. Yeah, Jonacide says they had high school way, way, way back then. Yes, Jonacide, they did. We had to, do our lessons on stone tablets, we, wrote in cuneiform back
Yeah,
in
and
those
then she
days.
was fighting off the pterodactyls because they were sitting outside.
I know they wanted my bologna sandwich, and I had to fight them every day for it.
Yeah,
Every day. Every day, it was a struggle. You kids today do not know the struggle of fighting off pterodactyls while trying to enjoy your bologna sandwich at lunch break.
this is true. And then going home, walking to and from school uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways in the snow and, one shoe.
Right,
Yeah, and,
right.
our playground equipment was a rock.
Oh, I'm a little bit younger than you, so we had rocks and a stick.
And, I heard about that. I heard about you
Hmm.
underclassmen getting the stick. I
Yeah.
understand there was a big stick ceremony and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
genocide.
on the first day of school or the last day of school. Hmm.
Oh, boy, and then you have the pass the stick ceremony probably.
Yeah, and then you had to put it away. The ceremony of putting it away for when school ended at the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah, never
So,
never to be viewed until, yeah, the following opening
and
day.
poor John aside, he probably thought, "Why did I even ask this question?"
Nah, genocide's tough, he's up for it.
He's probably
He
laughing at us.
We're laughable. Yeah, my old friend was Fred Flintstone. Yeah, well, actually, no, we weren't allowed to have male friends. I was friends with Wilma
Well, there you go. Wilma and Betty.
and
Yeah,
and Betty. Yeah, we all had big toes back then too.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
had to. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Kicking the rocks.
Yeah,
But
that one playground rock, yeah, and kicking it really didn't work it because, yeah, it was like the sword and the stone, nobody could move it, kicking it,
well,
with
this
big
is true.
toes.
So that, soccer was not exactly anybody's forte back then.
No, no, actually, w we used Wilma's little brother, Uh, okay, so anyway, this moving on to something else, Vaughn or Vonster, Vonnie Poo Poo, Vonnie Vonnie, Bo Bonnie, Banana Fana Fo Vonnie. He has been talking about this Atlas T something Atlas. I have it in my, title, and it
Yeah.
is this, a space object. It is not a meteor. It is an object. It's quite sizable. I can't remember how large they said it was, but it has been traveling around the universe and beyond for thousands and thousands, maybe millions of years, and I don't know if it's a computer graphic image, it probably is, but it's smooth, like you see most meteorites and they're all bumpy, rocky, they look like much like our playground rock. But this
Mhm.
is, oblong and smooth, and it is made totally of metal, and it's only one metal, and I guess it's did they, uh, they're either iron or well, some I don't know what, but and anyway, the tail of this thing moving, it's about to go around the sun. The tail precedes it. The
Okay.
comet's tail goes ahead of it, and it
Yeah.
says it's spewing water, hydro H2O, and
Okay.
as it's traveling, and it's traveling with its tail in the front, and I guess it's emitting these particles, this moisture out the front, and it's following its own tail. So now Vaughn is saying that the Russians, who kn that he could be talking out his ass again, but the
Mhm.
Russians are saying, and it was on this specific trajectory around the sun, and our scientists are saying supposedly that it won't come near the Earth. Russia is saying it has changed course and now it's heading toward Earth. So I
Wow.
don't know. I don't know if that's Vaughn's malarkey or the internet, that malarkey, because you can't depend on anything really. But y yeah.
Okay, I have a lot of questions, or not a lot, but first of all, so you're in a car traveling around begging for money every day on the internet because you're so-called broke, living in your car. Where do you find the time? Oh, okay, you got the radio, and yes, you do have internet, but what do you do? Like, where do you find the time to start in-depth research on something like this? When you're parked on the side street of some place, trying to look like you're blending in. That's what
Yeah,
I'm just throwing a question out there. It doesn't need answering. It's just one of those,
rhetorical things. Yeah.
yeah, food for thought, something to ponder, because he seems to know a lot about this.
Yeah, I know, and then he repeats it sort of half-assed verbatim. Okay, Jonocide over in the chat.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, here's this wellspring of info. Uh, oh, I I might have a crush on Vaughn Jonocide. You never know people's tastes. It's a very personal thing.
This is true.
Okay, it's Three Eye Atlas, and they say billions of years it's been traveling, and it is most likely a comet, but it doesn't behave like your common comet, John. And it's got tin. Okay, that's the metal. It's tin.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, and John says it's going to be behind the sun at its closest to Earth on October 30th, but it'll be closest to Mars.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But then here's this Russian thing that says it has changed trajectory. And then it also says that there are other smaller comets that have fired on it. Now I think that's Vaughn's bullshit.
That sounds like a science fiction movie.
Yeah, like Star Wars. Yeah. But anyway, Jonacide said Prairie Queen Vaughn has nothing but time. He doesn't work.
That is true. That is true, and he's within his right to fill his time with whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Renee over there. Hi, Renee. How much does gas cost? It ranges. It's around $3 something where he is. Here, I think we're $4 something.
For
Oh,
me right now, I'm $1.29 per liter. So there's 4 liters to a gallon. So
oh,
129
y
times
5,
four. Yeah. I
almo
so
close to f you're close to our price, really.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, here in
What
here
I
in
what I love about the metric system, it fools us. It's like, oh, gas price has gone down. Now it's only $1.29. And then you forget, well, that's just per quart, basically.
yeah,
Um,
you can get a soft drink bigger.
yeah. But we've been dealing with the metric system since the 70s. So you sort of become
Real
immune to it. Yeah.
you you only started the metric system in the '70s?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you had to change your measurements from 12 to 10 and that kinda stuff?
Right. So instead of 12 inches on a ruler, it's a 30 centimeter ruler. Instead of doing
Okay, you don't have anything called a yardstick.
not anymore, it's a meter stick.
It's oh my god. Wow.
And
I
funny enough, a Canadian yardstick is 3 feet. I
what
have one from my family from the
uh,
US, and their yardstick is a 4 foot yardstick.
really?
I don't know if y'all have 4 foot
No.
yardstick,
No.
but so
That
I
is
always felt like,
unusual.
well,
That
yeah,
has
I
to
felt
be a specialized, maybe a carpenter's or a dressmaker's
no, I
kind
don't know. This
real
came from
because that
no.
is not common. It's not common.
Well, there,
That
and
is
I
cool.
still have it. Yeah, yeah. It was
Oh, hang on to it.
oh, definitely. That's my favorite one. It's great for retrieving cat toys from out underneath the sofa.
Oh, yeah, one big swoop and you got them all.
Oh, yeah, and the cat loves it because the cat actually runs up when he sees me with the yardstick, the special one, and he knows. So he all of a sudden he parked right in front of the sofa waiting for everything to start popping out. But anyways, again, we digress.
Oh,
The
that's
thing is,
okay.
I'm thinking those little tiny comets following the big one are sort of like from the series The Jetsons. So they're all just flying around in their little um,
Oh,
prope-
yeah.
jet propelled cars with the glass domes following this big guy. Probably
Uh,
shooting lasers at it to keep it on track so it doesn't, um, collide and do something.
yeah, have an oopsie out there in outer space. Okay, Jonacide says oh, wait a minute. Renee was, referring to the cost for driving around.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
So is he still in Kentucky?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
that's
think
really
his
weird. One minute he was in Ohio, and then within 24 hours, the next video showed him driving up to get Sharpie.
yeah, well, Ohio and Kentucky, it's just across the river, and there's you can get from Ohio to Kentucky in 5 minutes.
Well,
They
hey,
share
but
a
come
a
on.
border.
Look how
But
long it took him to get from Jersey, right? It's Jersey
yeah, yeah,
to Ohio.
to Ohio
It took
yeah,
it took
yeah,
him a
and he got
while.
yeah. Well, and he was Googling, but how long it's supposed to take him, and he was dragging his feet because he was looking at the walking version, and he's been doing that all along until recently. Yeah, okay, it's gonna take you so many days, but, if you click the little automobile icon, that cuts down your trip's time way back.
Well, there he could be with a walking stick and his little Daniel Boone hat, and he could be walking along. Oh
Oh,
my God.
I know what the Peruvian, what is it, the wandering guy in Peru, Cueca? The guy with the
Oh,
stick and
right.
the big hat and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, on foot, can you imagine? Okay,
Oh,
so anyway, there's the Swan 25B, another interstellar object coming through. Isn't this fast? Oh, you know what, Jonacide? Before we came live, in fact, I think I even sent him a message last night. Calibos and Tiff, I sent Calibos a link to Atlas, and I said, "What are your thoughts?" And I asked, Callie Boss if he was still captivated with watching the skies. He has been so quiet lately since
Mm.
he switched. He has another employment situation, and he did not share. It might be something he can't share, which is very cool, Callie Boss.
Mm.
But I asked him if he could weigh in on it, if he knew anything or if he had any inside info. I hope he answers me back. But, he's been kinda scarce. You know who else has been scarce?
Who?
And he had been all excited about having his own panel co-host, Jimmy Pearson and Mika and Sarah.
Oh, I don't recall them.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so never mind, but they were, uh, great friends, and they were over in Jiggy's neighborhood, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, so that was a whole other,
Yeah.
neighborhood over there, but I haven't seen there are a lot of people we haven't seen in a good while, and
Even from the neighborhood that you and I met, a lot of those people just seem to disappear.
excuse me, and there are, like, arguments and jealousies and pettiness. Yeah, I guess it happens eventually in every circle.
I think
Y
it does.
but then, yeah, there's always that disappointment and go, "Oh god, I was hoping that would keep on." Yeah.
Right. Yeah, even those, like, I'm following, what is now referred to as Krama, because they were from the crime community and it turned into drama. And
Oh, I
this
I don't
drama
know that.
well, this drama is, this really has gotten way out of hand. This is as bad as, like, the Rev and Shani story. I mean,
Mm.
you can spend days having to explain the backstory to all this to get a total understanding as it unfolds, and it's new every day. And but I noticed too, what happens is people run out of steam.
Yeah.
Some of the people, the old people that were part of the drama, or yeah, no, I'm sorry, the crime community, when it started turning into drama, some people just left. Some people shifted their um, streams to, or came on board with the sole purpose of uh, critiquing the person causing the drama. Because for them, that was fascinating to watch that unfold versus following true crime. They were not true crime people, but they
Mm.
found that this was a good thing to critique. But with everything I noticed, things eventually come to a head, and
Or
very
they
few.
run out of steam, like you
Yes,
said. And
yeah,
I
and
think
then
the running out of steam is the most common. I
yeah,
don't
and then
know.
they run out of ideas because once things come to a head, then it's gone. The bubble, it's like this balloon that keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's eventually going to burst.
Yeah, yeah, it's like hitting that pinata one more time and then it's empty.
And then again, we thought that was happening in the Vaughniverse. And look at him now. He's
Yeah.
got a whole new pinata going on there.
Yeah, a whole new empty barrel to fill one drop at a time. Yeah,
But how long do you think this is going to last until all of a sudden he fizzles off?
I think he's either gonna be arrested or he's gonna die.
Yeah,
There's n I don't see any other because the man has no foresight. He has no plans, never has had a plan. It's always been built on hopes, dreams, and winning the Mega Millions and hanging everything on that and doing no work to build toward anything. So,
right.
yeah. Oh, Jonocide over in the chat asked if Omni's still around. I do not know. From what I hear, there are other platforms that he might be doing. I don't know. I don't know that I gotta tell you, Genocide, those were some real fun times until they weren't. But
You know,
I had a blast, but and then it wasn't.
and then the thing is too that that happened into the older communities that you and I both acquainted each other from. Those people, a lot of them sort of scurried off. And then I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
them reappear. A
It
couple of them I have seen reappear, at least two or three of them in the crime drama communities that I follow now. By,
Huh.
yeah, like Burnt Toast.
Oh, Toasty, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember Burnt Toast.
she's now jumped on that.
Oh, I
And I'm,
didn't know.
yeah, she's all part of that drama
Cr
from the
Crumb.
crime community that's going on.
I gotta check
And
that I didn't know that was a specific genre.
it
I had
is,
no clue.
yeah.
I gotta check it
Well,
out.
oh, it's crazy. This woman basically has, I guess, over the last 3 years, unbeknownst to me, because I came into it about a year and a half ago, and I twigged on pretty fast. And this woman would be notorious for once in a while being the victim and asking for donations
Huh.
while she's following true crime cases, current ones or what was current. And then now she just gets on there. She's got two channels, and all she does now is she gets on either channel, trying to build them up, and she's a total victim
Mm.
and laying it on thick, lying through her teeth. And now Toasty's picked her up and following her. I was like, "You go, girl. I remember you, Toasty." It's like, of all the people that can unbiasedly give an opinion, that would be Toast.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of other ones that are mods in a couple of these creator streams that I recognize their name. They came from the stream, or from GTR and
Okay.
other communities as well. And I think,
Okay.
yeah, even from Grampy's stream,
I'll be damned.
yeah,
Okay,
but
so that's I wow.
so they just sort of dispersed. Well, I did, I thought, well, isn't that interesting? I sort of randomly went over here, and I'm going, well, that only makes sense that out of the thousands of people, they would too. I was really impressed though when Bert Toast started picking up on this, because it is some pretty good drama um when you get
Okay,
the lowdown.
I
But
will check
anyways,
it out, and so, Prairie Queen, I expect a link once in a while to keep me informed until I get on a roll with it. Will you do that?
oh, definitely. As a matter of fact, supposedly tomorrow there's a court date that's supposed to be happening. So content creators, that's what they are. They're reaction channels. That was the word I was looking for.
Okay.
These people never really did true crime at all. They touched
Um,
briefly on it, but they were more of a reaction channel. So now the reaction channels are getting court orders to go to court
huh.
over this woman who's creating all this craziness. She's the
I'll
victim here. Oh,
Okay, so reaction channel. Okay, so I have my favorite reaction channels that I watch, and I hardly ever veer from them. I watch Milk Tea because she covers foodie. I watch
right.
Fat Cow. God, I love her. She scares the fuck out of me, but I love Fat Cow because she's scary and she's dead on with foodie. And then what else? There's Nats in the Pizza,
Yeah,
and um, who I unfriended for a while because he had an out with he was on the
yeah,
outs with Grampy, but that was childish of me. So Nats in the Pizza is cool. And God, secular opinion, all those
yeah.
folks. Yeah, so they're my favorites. I rare, but clue me in every once in a while
Oh, okay. I'll start
if
dropping you
it's good.
links.
Okay.
There's a lot of backstory though, with this one person, but
Oh.
I could come and stay with you for 2 weeks, and I don't know if I could even fill you in on all like details. I mean, this one is
Uh,
it's like I'm sitting there thinking about it. and going, well, geez, I should let you in on this. And I'm going, oh my God, you think Rev and Shani was bad, 10 or 12 years worth of their crap. This woman she's done pretty good for the last at least 3 years that I'm aware of. And I'm still learning more about this woman every day of her backstory. And it's just like, oh my goodness.
Do you ever
But
check out Kiwi Farms? Have you ever looked there to
a
see if
little
you
bit, a little
that
bit.
that that place confuses me too, even more than Discord. But yeah, Kiwi Farms, it's such a jumble of gazillions of pieces of information.
Oh
A
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
that's what's been filling my days. But then, mind you, hey, I just answered my own question. I fill my days with all this craziness, where Vaughn is doing it with asteroids.
yeah, and
And what's he
as and
hoping for? He almost seems like he's a little gleeful, hoping that it's going to hit the Earth and
oh,
wipe
yeah,
us out.
and he says it's going to come here and it's going to judge to see if it's going to judge people, and it's gonna look at the way you're living, and if you're, in the elite class, and if you're against Vaughn, and if yeah, you're gonna be eliminated. So
So
it's
his
coming
form of
for
the
you.
rapture of 144, what is it? 144,000?
The 144,000, yeah. Jeez.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess,
so
well,
watch out, and Vaughn says we only have 2 weeks. So,
so
2
some
weeks to
innocent,
get your
um,
life straightened out, you guys.
some innocent family living in Borneo who's just carving out a living day to day existence to survive. Possibility they could be wiped out too.
Yeah, because they might not like Vaughn. Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what? I have
so
a feeling. Yeah.
the rapture is coming, you have 2 weeks, you guys, to get your shit in order, or you're gonna die.
So we're gonna have to stream after the rapture and check in and make sure everybody's still here.
I know everybody's saying, "Marked safe from the rapture." Okay,
Okay, but is this a
everybody post
reverse
that.
rapture? Is this where all the good people get float up and the rest of us are left, us bad people are left behind? Or is it supposed to wipe out the bad people because we're Von haters, supposedly, and
Yeah,
keep
I
the good
don't
people?
know. That wasn't exactly clear. Mm,
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. Huh. I don't know.
So,
Mm,
okay, so getting back to the asteroids, I'm sorry, I'm very good at sidetracking you.
that's okay.
So, you got two asteroids. Is there more
Oh, probably.
that he talks about?
Oh, no, he's just talked about that one and then all the little ones that were firing on it to try to change its course or something, I don't know. I'm gonna kinda check it out and see what I can find out
Hmm.
now. It's time for lunch. I got some chicken wings I'm gonna put in the air fryer and
Oh, very nice.
have some fake mashed potatoes and fake gravy and
That's
stuff.
always tasty.
Yeah, yeah, so now all I have to do is get up off my duff and do it. So oh, and, my potential sewage flood that
Yes.
I hope was headed off. The guys came to my door and they started to come in. I said, "No, no, no, it's outside." And they said, "Oh, your bathroom isn't flooding again." I said, "No, we're trying to head that off, but the sewer access pipe, the sewer relief pipe is outside my bedroom,
Hmm.
and the cap blew off of it in the
Hmm.
last couple of days, and stuff poured out of it, and which means there's some kind of an obstruction to make all our poop come out
Yeah.
that pipe in the yard. So the guy said, "Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. We'll go check it out and we'll put the cap on and we'll hose off the debris," because there was a lot of debris.
Mm.
It looked very strange for something that might come out of a plumbing system. But anyway, they I don't think they've done it yet. But I said, "I've got my bathroom barricaded with all my old pillows." I said, "Is there a chance it's gonna happen again?" He says, "No, no, 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 that won't happen this time because and he was sort of speaking half Spanish, so I didn't, but he reassured me. And his companion says, "I remember your floods." I said, "Right." Mm, yeah, there have been 6, this would have been number 6 just from the
Oh,
bathroom
wow.
alone. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna, go take out my trash. I have to walk past it to get to the trash bin, so I'm gonna check out to see if they've done anything. It doesn't smell very good out there either, gotta say.
Well,
And then
yeah.
it went across my walk path, and so before I get in the house, I gotta really wipe my feet. I scoot across the grass and wipe, 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 and then I take my shoes off.
Wait a minute. You just said you scoot across the grass.
Yeah.
I got a very wrong visual there, Robin.
Oh, like a puppy?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, with
I'm
legs.
sorry.
I knew exactly where you were going with that because I have a grand dog that does the scoot. Anybody who has a dog, knows what the scoot is.
Yeah.
Oh, I worry about my grand dog because,
Ooh.
my son and daughter-in-law, or my no, my daughter and son-in-law took out all the carpeting in their house and put in this really nice, it looks like wood flooring because, grandma that lives with them, uh, has a little dog that has become incontinent,
Uh-oh.
and yeah, and that just, was not, so they took out all the carpet, put in this one, but now my grand dog, the good dog, doesn't have any place to scoot. So I think, and I'm supposed to go up there to babysit the grandma sit, at the end of this month while my kids make their annual trip, and I'm gonna take her a little rug,
Yeah.
a little scatter rug so she can scoot her butt on, and I told my daughter, I said, "She doesn't have any place to scoot." She's, "Oh, mom, she scoots on the floor." Well, that's not satisfying at all.
No.
Would you like toilet paper to feel like tinfoil?
Exactly.
Consider
That
the
is
dog's
true.
consider your dog's butt. So, I'm grandma, so I'm gonna take a little rug up there for her to
Aw.
scoot.
So, well, I really hope
Excuse me.
that um you don't have any more sewer issues.
Thank you. Thank you. However,
Oh.
for the first time, I am prepared because I have saved all of my bed pillows instead of throwing them in the trash when I've gotten a new pillow because
Mhm.
I love new pillows. Anyway, I've got about 6 old pillows, and I'm gonna stack them up in my doorway if it ever happens again and soak up all that shit because I will not sacrifice any more towels, and I won't sacrifice any more of my clothing
Right?
because, and I still haven't replaced all my clothes. I've made an attempt at, like, replacing my yoga pants that I also sleep in. They're
Mhm.
wide leg knit yoga pants. They were I lived in them. I sacrificed a whole lot of them because they were absorbent. Now I've replaced them with cheap Temu kind of yoga pants, and I don't even
Oh,
think
okay.
they're made of synthetic plastic stretchy. They feel really weird. They're incredibly, incredibly soft, but they're so soft, they're creepy.
Yeah, okay.
You
And they're
know?
probably thin and
Very thin, but they fit really well, and they were like 9.99 each. I got three pair for 29.99. And I got blue and black and burgundy, but they're creepy, they're creepy. So anyway, I'm not gonna sacrifice any more clothes or towels to the sewer god.
well, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He's been
oh,
very well looked after. Um,
mm,
the
oh, wait
sewer
a minute.
god.
I did the sewer god. Yeah, Renee, I need to go to Goodwill, right? I yeah, I do. Oh, okay, that's Mrs. Jetson. That's the second time she's calling me. Oh, she wants to know about the sewer saga.
Oh
So
my goodness. So,
I'm going to decline and then I'll call her back. Okay, this will
mhm,
be the second I have to call Mrs. Jetson back because she is my sweet neighbor.
mhm.
Um, yeah. Oh, I we have churches who have y- y- thrift. They will give away clothing. But it would be have to be when I had the cash in hand and my neighbor was available to drive me there. So
Also, too, it depends on what you're looking for. You're not just going to pick up something just for the sake of picking it up.
Yeah, at something cheap or free. Yeah, I yeah, I needed just and the thought of going through racks, that used to be thrilling for me. Yeah, but
Mhm,
the thought of going through racks of stuff just, I don't wanna do it. So, yeah, so I'm gonna stop whining about my cheap ass bargain yoga pants, and I'm gonna button it up. Okay.
mhm.
So, anyway, I think do we have anything else to cover, sidekick
I
Prairie?
don't think so. I think we're all good.
I think we're all good, and you know, that pl possible plan we talked about, I'm really gonna give that serious consideration because we need to spice our show up a little bit and have some company.
Well, this is true, and I'm wondering if Jonaside or Renee have any suggestions,
About who should come on our show?
or yeah, or anything,
Yeah,
anything that we need to,
yeah,
be
even Jonacide sitting there like a potato on his couch, even that
right.
would be acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could discuss like what side of this couch she likes to sit on and feet
uh,
up, feet down, or, you
yeah,
know.
well, he's always very comfortable, very reclined because the man works hard, the man
Mhm.
does wo and so when he would come on, he would just be reclined and all comfy, and Renee would be fixing his dinner and
Aw.
cozy and yeah, so anyway, yeah, so we'll talk. So if you guys have any suggestions, ask all your friends. Who would you like to see come on here and either be interviewed or panel up with us?
Yeah, and topics, anything that they would like.
Yeah, topics
Yeah,
that we know nothing about, we'll be glad to expound on.
right,
Dex.
exactly.
Oh my
Oh,
God, Jonacide UFO Gandalf. Oh, Dex, who would always roll us a joint on camera.
mm,
Dex, that sweet poetic soul.
mhm.
Dex. Yeah, he's just, he's like a fairy child, and I mean that in the best way ever.
Right, yeah.
He's like a forest nymph guy,
Ah,
only
yeah.
only with a beard. Okay, Prairie Queen, thank you once again for spending your time here. Wait a minute, Dex says puppies? Alright, Dex has puppies.
Ooh.
Oh, and he has love come into his life again? Oh, that's none of my business. That's none of our business. He'll tell us if he's willing to come on, and he has 9 puppies. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I
oh,
can't stand it.
oh. 9. My goodness.
Oh, and can you just imagine all the puppy breath?
And all the squirming little puppy cuddles and love and sitting on the floor and they're all attacking you.
Oh god, puppy pile. Oh
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Okay, okay, I'm gonna go fix my chicken wings and I think about puppies.
There you go. So, okay, well, you have a fabulous rest of your day. And
Y
same with the chat. And it was
you
good
guys
seeing y'all.
and thank you guys, Renee and Jonathan, thank you. We love the hell out of you. Thanks for being here. And we'll all talk and we'll cake. Come back
Mhm.
here next Sunday and we'll see what we're all going to be up to. We'll think of something and
Oh,
we'll try to
definitely.
be just as boring next week as we have been this week.
Well,
Pinky swear.
exactly. If you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it at all.
D- right?
If we get
Okay,
too interesting, then we screwed up somewhere.
I know. Then that means there's responsibility involved, and Lord of mercy, we don't want any of that
Oh,
shit.
Lord, no. Yeah,
Okay,
sometimes it's not as I said to you before in when we were chatting. Um, I sometimes hate adulting.
they're
You know,
right because your boy wants you. You're kind of locked into it.
exactly. The same
There's
with the
no escape.
responsibility.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah.
if we get too exciting, we're
Mm,
locking into that too.
When I was little, I could hardly wait to be a grown-up. I
No.
could hardly wait to know how to cut an onion in my hand like my Grammy
Mm,
did. I could
yeah.
hardly wait to be interested in the newspaper, and then but now I've noticed, uh, the generations coming up after that, uh, don't aren't interested in adulting at all, and I think they're smart.
Sometimes I get jealous because I'm going,
Me too.
I know too much. Like at your age, I knew a hell of a lot more and it's like, no, they don't want to know. They don't feel they need to know
They
or
don't care, and their parents are okay with that. That's just so alien to me. I moved out of the house at 18. I had my own apartment at
Mhm,
18. It was what was it, $65 a month, fully
mm,
furnished one-bedroom apartment. It even came with pots and pans. I moved out at 18, course, then, my future husband moved in right after that. But
mhm.
but, kids are there are people who 25, 30, in their 30s still living at home. You guys, that is the coolest move ever.
I think so. That's more of a European thing too, when you think about it.
Yeah, families stay together longer and yeah, and they
You're
stay
right.
close by, in geography too,
Exactly.
geographically. Yes, but yeah, boy, of course, I didn't have, the most warm, fuzzy mom. I could hardly wait to get away from her.
Yeah, I think
But,
that was our mindsets like for growing up. It's like because we wanted to prove ourselves to physically remove from the home to start setting up our own temporary home
yeah, I wanted to
or
be away from the craziness, and I knew that I was gonna do it better, and I did. I did but I did it really young.
wow.
Yeah, really young, and it doesn't stop, you guys.
No, but yeah. But anyways, okay. So this has been really, really good.
And
Good.
a minute short of an hour, hey, we done good. Okay, everybody, thank you again for being here, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, and we're ending the stream.